More fallout as 5 officers have been pulled off patrol with the Pueblo Police Department. It's all because of inadequate training. And today we're learning 8 officers who just walked across that stage right there during a graduation ceremony will not be hitting the streets until they complete additional arrest training certified from the state too. We went to the chief to find out what happened and how it will be fixed. Bill Folsom is looking into the issue for us. He joins us live from Pueblo tonight. Bill, what's the chief telling you?
Well, Chief Chris Noller, he stepped up today and he said, I own this. And he said others in his department were doing what he told them to do. He said he was trying to add some skills that were for the benefit of officers and also for the public, but he got called out because it wasn't by the book. Pueblo Police Recruit Training called out by Post, which is Colorado's police officer standards and training.
They did what they have to do. So they came down, they inspected us, they saw that we were using these other techniques, and they determined that it was outside of our protocol.
The techniques in question have to do with defense tactics training. It's skills officers use to get control when a suspect is violent or resisting arrest.
One of the things that I am trying to help our officers get away from is the use of closed hand strikes, commonly referred to in parlance as punching somebody.
Chief Noller said there are times when a punch is necessary. He'd also rather avoid it. He's the one who told instructors to amend their training with alternative ways to subdue a suspect, things like martial arts techniques.
Where you're using leverage, weight, and other methods in order to take somebody into custody.
He takes full responsibility for deviating from standard training, a case of trying to raise the bar, only doing it the wrong way. Senate Bill 217 recently passed in Colorado. It sets higher standards for police. The law aside, Noller wants to improve public trust of his department.
I promise you, we're not teaching our officers crazy tactics that are unsafe, that are going to cause further injury. The idea is to reduce injury to both our officers and our suspects.
No matter the intent now, this part of the training, it has to be resolved for these 2 classes that you had mentioned. There is a 1-day test that's coming up. If they pass that, they can get a waiver. If they do not, well, then they have to go through a 2-week course.
And Bill, what about the idea of alternative ways to subdue a suspect?
Well, that goes back to what he was talking about, that closed fist punch. He still would like to see them using that less and less. And there's 2 reasons for that. One, he has seen officers that end up getting injured. And the other, frankly, it is bad perception when the public sees that happening, especially if they don't understand why that is being used. So he is going to move forward. He's looking for other options. He says the things he are finding, it's going to be difficult, but he's hoping he can go to the state and come back with a hybrid version for this portion of the training. In Pueblo, Bill Folsom, News 5.
Bill, thank you. And continuing our team coverage on this issue, today I discovered the state issued more than a half-dozen different sanctions against the Pueblo Police Department, all taking effect immediately. Among them, the police department will no longer be able to teach the current arrest control training program with any new academy class coming in. The graduates from the previous class now have their certifications temporarily suspended pending further training. The lead instructor who taught at the academy is also prohibited from teaching at any police academy until further notice. And the academy must now submit new coursework plans for state approval. The academy is now on a probationary status until April of next year. Pueblo District Attorney Jeff Chostner telling News 5 Investigates earlier today that he's reviewing the matter to determine whether these sanctions will have any impact on current criminal cases going through the court system right now. We'll of course keep you updated as new information becomes available.